and welcome to the Viral Babes Show. Yes, I'm your host, Viral Babes, known as Martin Macedo. Make sure, guys, you like, comment, and share. Babes, I need to feed the kids. I've got about 10, 11's coming soon, but pregnant girl, do you know what I mean? And I don't know who the baby father is. So support and help. Guys, today we have a very, very special guest. No other than one of the Big Brothers finalists of last year. The one and only, gorgeous Hanah! Thank you so much for coming on the Viral Babes Show.
Babes, thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. How's your week been?
Can't lie, my week has been very interesting.
Okay, what happened? Tell me the goss.
So, I don't know, I was just like out and about, like touching grass, getting along with...
grass?
Yeah, I had to touch grass, innit?
Okay.
Like go on walks, nature.
Oh, nature, okay, cool.
Yeah, I had to do nature, basically, read my books, and after that
Nice.
somehow ended up working behind the scenes for like this fashion show. That
wow.
Chanel Ayan like invited me,
Oh my God,
the
okay.
Real Housewives of Dubai, innit? Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then after, weirdly enough, I just started interviewing one of the Dubai Bling cast, basically, on a random tip.
Oh.
I don't even know how that happened. Literally, I was out here organising her clothes, like, because she tried to walk out in this like long knee-high boot, which was like pink, shiny material.
Wow.
And I said, God forbid. I said, put that right back.
He's like, put that right back.
I said, no, that's not good with the outfit,
Oh
babe.
my
It's not good with what it's meant to
God.
give, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, it was very much eventful, meeting up, connecting with like different people.
Yeah.
And now I'm here sitting with you, babe.
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Literally, so we're here, finally.
So, Hannah, I just want to get onto, like, obviously, you was on Big Brother.
Yeah.
But I want to get to know more about you. How was your upbringing like? What was that? Where are you from? You know, the old jazz, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
More about, like, you and your backstory.
Okay, West London born and bred.
Woo!
Basically,
Brat.
where I'm coming from. I'll say like high school life, I was a bit like troublesome, not gonna
Oh,
lie.
bad gal.
Oh yeah, babe.
Bad girl.
Like, I was, you know, them bad educated children, basically.
Yeah.
Where it's like they want to kick you out, but the whole time they can't kick you out
because you're
because
so-
really and truly
you're smart.
you're keeping the grades up.
Exactly.
Innit? Literally, because God knows in year 11 when we all like finish our GCSEs,
Yeah.
only 20%, like 27% of my year group like got A stars.
What?
Like, C's.
27%?
Yeah, girl, it was treacherous.
Wow.
Like something around there. They had to even change it to ARC. You know when they had to change the school to an academy?
Yeah, to an academy, yeah.
Because of how down bad it was,
Wow.
basically. Yeah, and then after that, I've always been like a lit babes though. I've always liked to party,
Yeah.
but also had my education going on at the same
Period.
time. Went to uni. I was meant to go to like outside of London for university
Yeah.
because I just wanted a sense of independence.
Yeah.
But really and truly, they had to have an intervention, be like, you ain't going nowhere type shit.
Why? I'm confused.
It's like cultural, innit? Where like
Oh,
the girls like really
you
don't
can't-
move out,
oh,
innit?
yeah,
Type stuff. Like they kind
yeah.
of just stay.
Stay kind of like,
Do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Until you get married.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, babes, I'm not trying to get married.
You're not trying to get married,
anytime
exactly,
soon,
do you know what I
innit?
mean?
Literally, like, I'm 24, turning 25 this
Yeah.
year. And it's like, probably when I'm like 28,
Yeah.
like 29, I probably want to settle down.
Mhm.
But right now, not, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not trying to
No,
settle
because
down
you're
at
still
all.
young and whatnot. And yeah. just live your life and do what you've got to do.
Live la vida
period.
loca, that's what I say.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's kind of like a bit sad though, because really and truly, like, we're in our 20s, okay? I thought I'll be living la vida loca in my 20s, but no, we're in a recession.
We're in a
babe.
recession, babes.
Babes,
It's
we're in a recession.
everything is going up.
I want to shake, but we're in a recession. I'm shaking wall, pennies, coins, what's going on? Like, what is this?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Babe, everything's so expensive. Everything's gone up. Rent's gone up. Everything's gone up.
Babes, I got a
literally.
Kinder Bueno package,
Yeah.
okay, like a pack of Kinder Buenos, and also one little small innocent juice, okay,
Yeah.
whilst I was making my way here
Yeah.
from Sainsbury's. It said £4. I was discombobulated.
Crazy.
I was
That
like,
is
£4
crazy.
where?
Where's
Whole
the
time it should have just been two.
to something, innit? Where's the money going to? What's the government doing with our money?
I say bourgeoisie, down with the bourgeoisie, off with their heads, guillotine, babes.
Mix up
That's all
bad.
I have to say.
Not
Revolution
off with-
needed.
I think so, you
Off
know.
with
I
the
think-
wigs.
Off with the wigs. Off with those heads. Off with everything.
Everything. I'm telling you right now. We need a revolt, a revolution.
We actually do.
Everyone wants to be so passive in the UK, you know.
But aren't we like passive people?
That What?
Aren't we basically passive?
No, I hate passive.
Yeah.
That's why bad people are passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's so true. They're so true.
Because they're
Yeah.
so passive. I'd rather you say what you have to say
Say in your-
to my face.
Exactly.
I'm coming from, so
Yeah.
I can have a rebuttal.
Exactly.
And I don't need to worry about it. But be like the French.
Yeah, the French. That's why I don't really like them. I think that's why we don't get along with them. A lot of
I love the French.
Really?
I got a couple of girls which are French.
Really?
I love the directness. They'll be like,
They're so direct.
Hanah, you are getting a bit fat right now. Oh, yeah, I am, babes. I'm like, yeah, They're so direct.
They are.
They'll be like, Hanah, this does not look, it doesn't flatter your body shape. And I'm like, oh, thank you so much. But after that, this flipping England will be like, babes, you look stunning. You're so right. You look beautiful. Whole time they're letting me walk out looking like a whole idiot.
So Hanah, being a Somali girl living in the UK, like, how was your upbringing? Like, what was it like?
Naturally speaking, like being African,
Yeah,
like there's a lot of like rules that you have to like abide by, of course, society stuff and whatnot. I went to a primary school which was like well over 80% Somali, do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, like, and I lived like in such a like multicultural area.
Yeah.
But of course, like, it wasn't popping to be Somali.
Yeah.
Like back in the day. People like to deny it now, but babes, if you have the lived experience, you have the lived experience regardless. Like being Somali was a diss. But personally speaking, you can't diss me.
100%, period.
You know what I'm saying? Literally. So until like it became like popping in the mainstream, people started dropping it in their rap tunes. People it's what, and I'm just like, stop with the fetish.
It's so true, innit? Because
Literally, it's a bit of a fetish, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, East African. Shut up.
Yeah.
When the Windwash generation was coming, they faced racial like discrimination.
Exactly.
Then after that, when another group comes in, they face racial discrimination, and it's like a backlog of catalogues.
Exactly.
But Somalis, so sorry, but you know a Somali when you see a Somali. We wasn't out here lying saying that we was Jamaican the whole time. We weren't Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? There was so many African people lying saying that they were from the Caribbean.
The Caribbean, yeah, it's so true.
Just because you'll get dissed if you was Caribbean. I mean, if you was African, you know what I'm saying? Until Azonto start coming on and people
and everyone's like, embracing their culture. So
I really do feel as if like it's on parents to be like, you are who you are,
regardless. Yeah,
love yourself.
Yeah.
And be yourself regardless. Like,
so
it doesn't matter. Even if like people might be discriminating against you, babes, take on the chin and charge it, because you're always that girl. Honestly.
I know.
No, you actually have to. Like, you actually just have to keep it pushing and charge it regardless. So it's all about just embracing who you are. But thank God I do come from like such a multicultural area. Yeah. Like West London's like a melting pot of different cultures. Like during like in primary school days, we had this like centre called Oak Tree, and like every single like summer holidays, basically when it came to an end, we'll have like all the Malis, all the Jamaicans, all the Arabs come out. We'll have like this big barbecue, basically. End of the night, there'll be candy and whatnot. We also had like Acton Carnival. Right after Acton Carnival will be Notting Hill Carnival.
Notting Hill,
Do you know what I'm saying?
Notting Hill Carnival was hard.
Like, thank God, like I was raised with a blend of cultures basically. So I wasn't like segregated and just like stick to like my people. I had like a variety of people which I was like connected with.
That's really, really good.
Yeah.
That's good to have, and it's always good to be around different people and whatnot. Obviously, we pick up different cultures and we learn from different people and their experiences. So I think that's really, really important. Babe, I'm gagging for this. I have to go into this.
Gagging.
Babe, I need to congratulate you for being on Big Brother and for being the first Somali woman on Big Brother.
You know what? I should have deep it like that, you know.
Babe, I knew it when I saw you.
I actually didn't deep it like that. I actually didn't deep it.
It was, you're the first.
Yeah.
You're the first female Somali woman on Big Brother in the UK.
That's crazy.
What was that like for you in the representation? How big was that for you?
Oh, babes, I'm not gonna lie to you. I went on and I said, I said, I ain't representing but myself.
Period.
I said, whether you like it or not, I'm just gonna be authentically who I am. And what's so crazy is the fact that when I came out, because I thought I was gonna face backlash, all right, like when I initially went in, and it's like calm. I did for like 1 week apparently, or like 2.
Babe, I'm not gonna lie to you, like the Somali community were doing big lives on you. I was even in
I heard that.
Babe, huge lives, but like there were like lots of mixed reviews. So I feel like
Tell me your perspective, because I wasn't there, Joe. Of course, like I was in the house. What's the vibe?
So for me, from what I saw in your community, I felt like it was more of the men that had an issue, but not the men that kind of lived in the UK. It was more abroad. The females that lived here were very on your side. I didn't really hear much. They were just basically saying, leave the girl, let her do her thing, innit? But like, it was a lot of men that were kind of speaking up.
And then after, I feel like because they deeped the fact that I was getting like support, basically, they were like, let the girl be. Do you know what I'm saying at this point? But for me, it's like when I came out now, yeah, I was getting Somali guys come up to me and be like, you done your big one, sis. Like, I'm proud of you. Yeah. And then after that, now I was in this like Somali restaurant and there was like 5 Somali boys came up to me because of you, Hannah, I'm going to apply next year type shit. Yeah. And it's like, even like the old Somali dads, basically, uncles, they're coming up to me and they're like to me, like, you didn't embarrass us. And I'm like, what is this whole entire thing? You know what it is? Like, they have this thing of like, if someone goes into mainstream media, like, because we're Somali, they represent us and we wouldn't want them to embarrass us. But there's a sense of, so sorry, but that person's an individual.
Exactly.
Like, they're not your family. Yeah. They're not even your friend. You don't know them from Adams, basically. Just because we're skin folks doesn't mean that we're kin folks, babe.
It's true, though. But I feel like our communities and our cultures are like that because obviously they're not used to seeing that. Yeah. It's not like an everyday thing. It's not like, what's the word? It's not like a reoccurring thing that you will see, obviously, people that look like us in, let's say, a European show. So that's probably why we're talking like that. But of course, like, you're an individual. Like, regardless if you represented yourself in a bad way or in a good way. Do you know what I mean? How was the audition process? Like, I feel like they really flipping loved you, the producers. To have on the show, they flipping loved you. I think because as well as you being who you are, like, already in their heads, like, they were like, this is definitely gonna give, because she's a woman and she's obviously a Somali woman, which we don't see much on the mainstream TV. So how was your experience with that and your audition process?
Audition, I can't lie to you, babes. I already knew that I had it in the bag. Like, I was really intrigued. I was going through the audition process, basically. Like, it's a side quest, do you know what I'm saying? But then after that, in the back of my head, I already knew that they wanted me. Just because of, like, the reception which I was getting from them, practically speaking. And the innuendos which I was receiving. So I was like, okay, makes sense, basically. And then after that, like, they were just like, we knew the moment that we saw you. Like, when I was doing my VET, they were like, we knew the moment that we saw you. And I was just like, this is very interesting. Like, I was like, calm, no problem. I told my homegirls, of course. They're like, from the beginning, they're like, yeah, they want you, Hannah. You're like a very unique character.
You're so unique.
And I'm just like, you know when people say, oh yeah, you're unique, and them things like that. I'm like, thank God, because the one thing I don't want to be is a basic babe. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that. I'd rather just be authentically myself. Like, whether you think, oh my gosh, she's stuck up, or for example she's ghetto, or XYZ, I don't give a toss, you know what I'm saying? As long as I'm being Hanah, and then after I die as being me, I'm going to be content with my life.
Hanah, no, that is it. Hanah, just, you're giving me flashbacks from when I was watching your TV, so that's, I'm just laughing. I feel like I'm watching you again. Do you know what I mean? How was launch night for you? You looked amazing, buddy. You looked stunning on launch night. You looked really nice on launch night. The outfit was giving, babe.
Oh, babe, when I say to you, I was like, that's the day that I realised I was actually going into the Big Brother house. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was in, like, the hotel room, basically, by myself, I didn't realise that I was going into the Big Brother house. I was just there binge watching on Vogue on Disney+.
I'm screaming.
So I was just out here, like, eating food, yamming steak, basically, until I was like, oh,
I'm going on Big Brother.
I'm actually going on Big Brother. I'm going to be on national TV. I've never done such a thing ever my whole entire life, okay? And to calm down my nerves, my chaperone had to play Britney Spears for me. Do you know what I'm saying?
What song Britney Spears, babe?
Toxic.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, babes, had to be that one. Literally. And we had to have some R&B tunes that hit basically. And she's like, and my chaperone was so funny. I loved her so much, honestly. Like, I can't say her name, of course, because I don't know if she wants like publicity. But when I say to you, like, we're complete opposites, but they picked the right person for me, basically. And she was like, Hanah, if you're too nice in there, I know that's not going to be the truth. In 3 days of knowing me, okay? She's like, if you're bare nice, I'll be like, this is faking it. Like, but if you're just like equilibrium, basically, she'll be like, okay, she's been her authentic self. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, not her clocking my teeth.
I'm screaming. What was it like going into the house on launch night and meeting your fellow housemates? What was that like?
Babes, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, when I think back on it, it gives a dream. It gives a lucid dream.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I stepped in.
Yeah.
When I look back at the clip, I'm like, raw face valid. Like, but at the same time, I was in shock.
Yeah.
With like the amount of personalities were going to be in the house, because I have a personality, no problem.
You do, yeah.
Like, and it might be extra to some people. Like, I'm a drama queen. I know I'm a drama queen. My father tells me all the time.
Oh, babe, you know, we're gonna get onto that.
Yeah, kind of shit. But it was like, I was so discombobulated. I was like, all of these people are drunk off their head tops, okay? No, they were drunk, babes.
Wait,
That's actually,
on launch night, they were drunk.
they were drunk.
They were all they were trying to the
Yeah,
nerves.
there was bottles of champagne, wine, everything on the table. Have you not seen like when they go to
I
pick
saw,
it up?
but
Yeah.
like, I don't know, I feel like they edit some bits out so we don't
Babes,
really.
they were
Do you know what
drunk.
I mean?
These people,
Right.
they were drunk. You know, throughout the whole entire show,
Yeah.
babes, a lot of these people were drunk.
Wow. Oh my god. I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm not surprised. I don't know why. I feel so surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Actually,
were like lit, and
Yeah.
it was like,
Yeah, it was so
like,
much.
I'm just like, oh,
Is that why Lily kept screaming? Do you think?
Oh yeah, she was drunk.
Lily, I love you, babe. But
She was drunk. Oh yeah, she was drunk, babes.
I'm gonna go on to your friendship group. It'd have been you, Shegan,
Thomas.
Khalid. Oh yeah, Khalid, Thomas, and Marcella
Yeah.
and Marchie. So like the fivesome. How was like that being with them? How did that group form?
Babes, I didn't even know that I was gonna go in there. Like, I have a vlog, okay?
Yeah.
Which was up, which I posted right after I came out of BB,
Okay.
which was me going into like BB, like my vlog before
Wow,
BB,
yeah.
where I was like speaking to her camera, I
Yeah.
had my homegirls, and in that clip I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder who my homegirls are gonna be coming out the show.
I think I did.
Do you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah. But babes, I didn't know I was gonna come out with a bunch of guys.
Bunch of guys, Hanah.
I was confused. Like, and I was saying to the guys all the
Yeah.
time, like, there came a point where I was just like, I'll be like, I can't believe I'm friends with a bunch of men. Literally, I was like, I got a bag of guys. Of course, like, they met them in it,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, at the late live, like,
Yeah.
like at the final,
Yeah.
basically. But I was just like, nah, this isn't me. Like, I just tend to have like 1-2 guy friends,
friends,
who I'm
yeah,
coming
yeah.
from, basically. But I don't have a squally.
Squally,
Squad of like man, basically. And I was just like, oh, this feels like I'm being with my cousins right
know what
now.
I mean? Like,
Do you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But no, it was just very interesting. I feel like it comes to a point of course, there's cultural similarities.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only just that, but there was a level of honesty which we had with one another. Like, if I went up to them, but am I bugging? They'll be like, Hanah, you're bugging or you're not bugging.
You're not bugging, yeah.
Like, it's like holding yourself accountable and your friends holding yourself accountable
Yeah.
too. And it was just like, I come across, like, a lot of my friendships are very much unfiltered friendships.
Yes.
So, because they were very much unfiltered themselves, and unfortunately, even though that Big Brother is a game show, we wasn't operating in the light that it was a game show.
I think I recognise that with a lot of how you sort of moving in comparison to the others as well. 'Cause I feel like I feel like all the others generally felt like you sort of playing a game, but when you're actually being yourselves. And I think Nathan had a lot to say about that.
I could, you know, so crazy. I could put my hand on my Quran, my holy book, and be like, we actually did not go inside of there, or even deep, like the severity of like
how,
gameplay.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying? We wasn't involved in that light per se. And I just think it's because we actually cultivated bonds with one another. Do you know what I'm saying? Khalid's a Muslim guy. I'm Muslim. Do you know what I'm saying? Marchie's a East Londoner. I spent like half my like life, practically speaking, my younger years being in like East London, Essex sides, practically.
Yeah.
And then after that, Shegan was Af. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is he African or is he Caribbean or is he mixed?
Caribbean, half Af.
Okay, got you.
Do you know what I'm saying? And it was like Thomas is Thomas.
Thomas is just
you know what I'm
there.
saying?
Like,
Thomas
he's just
gives me like younger brother vibes.
Yeah, he was so
you know
cute.
what I'm saying?
He was.
We love Thomas around here. But yeah, it was just like, of course, like having that similarity and of course having like open, honest communication with one another, because that's what you need if you're staying there for 6 weeks, babe.
6 weeks, yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I felt like I came out of the workhouse prison.
Babe, your diary rooms rant were the best. That's when we saw the Hanah of the Hanah. Your diary rooms were giving. It was iconic.
Yeah, you know what's so
Iconic.
crazy? You know, in the diary rooms,
Yeah.
okay, you know how I'm like a girl which says, like, say it with chest, basically.
Yeah, say it with
But
chest,
after
yeah.
The whole time, if I say it with chest, I'm going to be up for nominations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then we're actually keeping it real with one
Yeah,
another.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll actually be up for nominations. Literally. So certain stuff which I wish I could say, basically,
Yeah.
I'm like, these people are goddamn sensitive.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even say it. You know what I'm saying? So I have to just hop in the diary room.
Having the diary ting, like.
Literally, or like be with the guys and just talk my stuff, basically. Honestly, but yeah, I didn't know my diary room confessions were that iconic.
Babe, iconic. You went viral. Like,
Yeah, I did.
Hanah, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm even getting goosebumps because obviously you went
Not
viral,
goosebumps.
babe. But you know, because babe, I feel like I'm so passionate. I love reality TV. And I think
Yeah.
when they put a bunch of great people on national television, especially on our TV shows, it makes TV look extra great
Yeah.
for us. So like even seeing that, it was always giggles and laughter. Like anytime you went into the diary room, I was always like looking forward to what's Hanah gonna say,
Yeah.
And my favourite bit was Hanah when there was no shopping budget and you had to eat porridge and you didn't want to eat porridge and the big brother was like, Hanah, go eat some porridge. I don't want it. That was just so iconic.
I'm actually just a drama queen. I'm not gonna lie to you. My dad will be like to me like for years. He'll be like, okay, Queen Hanah. And like if I don't actually get my way sometimes, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't do it on like TV.
Yeah.
But there'll be times where like at home where I actually drop on the floor.
Would you? I can see you.
And after I'll be grabbing onto my father's legs
I'm
like this.
screaming.
Please. Literally, I don't know what program.
But you're a queen, babe. You're a queen, babe. It's fun. We're queens, darling. Queens and kings.
I feel like, can I be honest with you? I feel as if Nene Leakes influenced me a bit too much.
Nene Leakes, I love Nene Leakes.
I really feel as if like me watching all these American like, reality TV shows from the age of God knows how old. Okay, I've just been out here saying and doing whatever. Telling me that plays a big part, you know, in your personality. I'm telling you, I was watching Bad Girls Club.
Not bad girl, not baddie.
Oh, babes.
Baddie.
Post for me. Pacific, not on me.
Period.
No, for real. I was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
that is so funny. Hanah, I feel like you obviously you was in situations and whatnot, but like I think you was always really outspoken and whatnot. But I feel like we saw a different. Well, I didn't see a different side, but I feel like the viewers saw a different side to you when they were all picking on Lily. You was quite a support network for her, or support system for Lily. And I think a lot of people, I don't know if like a lot of people see that, but I saw that. They're like, obviously, I'm just gonna say how it is, like how your people are like calling you annoying and whatnot, but then how you was there nurturing her and whatnot. And I feel like that's what we bring to the table. Like even though we might not like someone or appreciate somebody, but I feel like my community, we're very nurturing people, and we will never like leave people on the side and whatnot. So I feel like that was really, really cute, and I feel like Lily was actually listening to you, and you started to build a really, really nice friendship. So how was that? Like
naturally, like I'm one of the second oldest like sisters out of the bunch, like in my family. Okay. So my youngest is 10.
Okay, cute.
Yeah, I'm flipping 10 and 25.
Yeah,
where I'm coming from. So there's already like a big age gap, and like keep in mind there's sisters in between that. So naturally speaking, if I'm like aggravated about something and I'm not happy with how someone's maneuvering, I'll of course go ahead voice that. But then after that, if we had that discussion and we're taking steps, of course, then after that, there's no reason for me to go ahead and nominate you again.
Like, which a lot of the guys were doing.
Yeah.
And I saw that as like kind of bullying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy,
it kind of just puts someone back into a situation where they're like, why the hell should I improve my behaviour if you lot are still going to penalise me as a person? So I get the aspects of things. Of course, naturally, I'm just a person which like is very nurturing, and I do have that older sister side of me too. So yeah, like it took a while, of course, for that relationship to go ahead and develop. But thankfully enough, like during the house, it did cultivate. To a point where, you know, I was actually genuinely upset like when she left.
There was one situation, Hanah, where it was, I remember it was a live eviction, and it involved Martha and it involved maybe Nathan and stuff like that. How did you feel that situation? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, it was a situation where they tried to make you seem like the aggressor. Like, the aggressor. Yeah. So how did that make you feel? And what would you even expect in that?
No, I wasn't, babes. It's the same girl that saved me from storage. Do you know where I'm coming from? And we slept like side by side. Do you know what I'm saying? So no, I didn't expect it. I thought as if in regards to that situation, maybe it was like a learning lesson for her, of course. In terms of, you could have alliances in the house, but that doesn't mean that you go ahead and throw someone under the bus. It would have been like a normal interaction if certain things weren't being done or said, and that I wasn't able to leave the room, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it turned red. Like, they lock off the doors, of course, during eviction. So you're contained like in a small space. And then after, because I came down and whatnot, like, and everyone else came down from the upstairs and whatnot, that door closed too.
Oh, shit.
So until it got like a bit heated and more fiery, basically, they'd be like, had to come to a diary room, basically, and they opened up everything. Do you know what I'm saying? So in regards to that, like she did like say that I'm wrong, I do apologize,
Yeah.
all these types of things. It's long gone now, of
It is.
course. But it she did do a confession about how she purposely tried to antagonize me the day
This is
after.
the thing. This is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and talk about how we argue like sisters and whatnot.
Mm.
I said, you remind me of my cousin.
Yeah.
I don't speak to that cousin.
Well.
That cousin's been cut off for
There
almost
you
2
are.
years now.
Wow, so there's a reason,
You know what
innit?
I'm saying? Literally.
There's a reason. She got a lot of backlash, Hanah, by the way. She got a lot of backlash. And I think that's what kind of made her get the boot.
Yeah.
She was already pissing people off. So with that, Hanah, because we were so supporting you. Like, no, I feel like if anyone messaged you, Hanah, everyone was there to support you. No, we was really, our community was there to support you. But like, you're not gonna do that to my girl and whatnot. But I like the way how, like, I love Emma. I think Emma's really lovely.
Yeah.
How she stood up for you, because no one stood up for you, and it made it seem like
Yeah, it made it worse.
it made it very bad.
Like left, right,
Bare.
centre.
I was seeing what is going on. I was like,
and you know what it is, naturally speaking, like when I'm not in a confrontational like atmosphere,
Yeah.
okay, like I'm able to go ahead and articulate myself properly. But then after that, when I feel like I'm getting like boxed in and whatnot,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like Rago me comes out. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and you saw that on TV.
I did see
a
that,
bit of
yeah.
Rago,
Rago, yes, coming out. Yeah.
But I had to realise, hello, you're on national TV.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? You can't be letting
these people,
like,
yeah.
because I say I'm Bugetto.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I can't let the full ghetto just come out, basically.
But
like,
sometimes, baby, it has to come up because people do way too much.
they
babe.
do way too much, but
Like,
at the same time, you know how they're quick to go ahead
yeah,
and
it's
out
true.
people there.
It's so true.
So
It's so
I
so
had to,
true.
like deep it a couple of
Yeah.
occasions. Like I was in the diary room, I'm not gonna lie to you, and when they were saying to me, when I was having like a bit of my ranting sessions, which might have not been aired basically, and they're like, "Oh, go ahead, have conversations." I said, "What's not going to happen is I'm not going to be painted as an aggressive black woman."
Exactly, yeah.
And I had to like
we
say
did
that
we did see that. We did see that, and we're like, yeah,
Really?
that's a really good point. We did see you did say that, and I think that was really, really important because obviously, yeah, that situation could have easily put you in that box in that category. But I feel like you just seemed so. When I saw you, like how you acted, you just seemed so shocked and like, what the hell is like, what the hell is going? Even the way it was like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are you trying to do?
It
Like,
was actually my girl in the house,
Yeah,
you know what
like,
I'm saying, type thing.
it's
Like
weird.
me and you actually cultivated a bond with one another, and like we'll have like chats. Like, babes, I was giving you manicure, mani pedis, you know what I'm saying? Like doing all these types of things, and it was like really and truly, I was so confused. I was like, this is a bit left-sided.
It is left-sided,
But it's
yeah.
because I feel as if like they thought there was a apparent like alliance, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me and the guys, basically.
Yeah, the guys, yeah.
Them themselves.
Ali
and
was
Nathan.
mentioning that a lot, and
Do you know
that was
what
a
I'm
big
saying?
talk about like like the house so divided. Oh my god, why did I have to make it like that? Like there was a lot of talks about that. But it's like you sort are all acting very weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of you sort of that have started all of that and that have like kind of like, do you know what I mean? In a sense where like you all acting weird. There were certain situations where I feel like them weren't being honest, but then they were going to the diary room and speaking, but then they were coming out. But then if the person would do something else, everything would start coming out.
Madness
It was
and
weird.
badness, I can't lie
So
to
like
you.
a lot of fakery and fakeness, but I guess that's I feel some people's game plans to get to the final.
Yeah, and everyone
You
being like, they just like dashing like buzzwords
Dashing
on
like
people.
buzzwords,
Do you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
yeah.
And people be phobic apparently. Every single type of phobic underneath the
everything.
sun.
I
Do you
know,
know what I'm
it's
saying?
so weird though.
And it's like, babes, like really and truly, come on.
It's true though.
But it's where it is, like, regardless at the end of the day, I feel like BB has like a certain type of audience.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
yeah.
And for me personally speaking, maybe because like when I was younger and I was watching it, I wasn't like on social media,
yeah.
or like I wasn't like these sort of like reality TV stands.
Yeah.
Like even when I watch Love Island, it's like I'll
yeah.
kiki whilst watching it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not actually like going ahead and like tweeting stuff
yeah,
about it.
about
Do you know what I'm
it,
saying?
yeah.
So I've never involved myself or knew the different types of audiences which go ahead and watch these types of shows.
Yeah.
So me, I'm naive. I'm going in there as just being me basically,
Yeah.
because I loved the show when I was
100%,
younger.
of course, yeah.
But there's certain people which watch the show and they're so against like certain things basically,
things, exactly,
or they
yeah.
might be very much like,
Closed-minded.
it's
Not
like,
really.
I would say closed-minded in terms of the fact that you'll see someone which is like leaning, okay, and as a lefty you might be like, oh my gosh, they're so closed-minded and whatnot.
Yeah,
but then after, you also have a level of censorship which you do yourself within your own community.
It's
So
true.
is that not it being closed-minded
Closed-minded
too?
too. Yeah, it's true.
So it's like, baby, you and the rights and the lefts are practically the same.
You're all
You
the
just have
same,
different
exactly.
ideologies. But
Yeah.
the way that you maneuver is practically
It's
the same.
Yeah, it's
literally.
so true. Obviously, we saw a lot of like the political obviously chat, obviously with Nathan being a Tory as well and whatnot. Like, how was that? Like, you talking to Nathan and him talking his politics. Did it rub a few people the wrong way in the house?
I have relatives which work in politics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I have like friends which are active in politics. Okay. Where someone could have their viewpoint. I'm used to being on a table of, I have a lecturer which was wearing a Make America Great Again hat.
Really?
Yes.
Fully
fully, literally.
Yeah.
I had an Israeli lecturer teaching me about Arab and Israeli conflict, basically. He was a pro-Zionist. I had a Muslim Egyptian lecturer, basically, teaching me about terrorism and anti-terrorism, okay? Yeah. I'm so used to being in environments, even in my educational life, of having people which have different viewpoints, but you're able to go ahead and articulate your viewpoints against them and have counteractive arguments. Yeah. I feel as if the problem with this society is that if you're not in agreements with me, you're completely in the wrong. But they don't want to have actual educational debates with one another. Yeah. And that's where we actually lack in society. Whereas future generations were able to go ahead, past generations were able to go ahead and have discussions with each other. So yes, he might be a Tory, no problem. That's his ideology. That's what he believes in. Fabulous, great stuff. We have lefties too.
True,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so true. Yeah.
Like I love Days. She's got coming from.
Yeah.
She's a just babe. She's got coming from.
She really is.
I'm not out here agreeing with the whole putting your hands on the pavement. On the pavement, yeah. But I love her for who she is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
100%. She's lovely. Yeah.
Exactly. She's amazing. She's a gem. And then after that, you have Nathan with his ideologies and whatnot. Yeah. But the difference between the two is, and I say this to Nathan all the time, is that I feel as if if you actually studied politics, Nathan, maybe your views will actually change a bit, basically. Yeah. But the difference is like if you actually studied it, then you'll have a more educational background into the complexities which actually go on and why certain people might have the viewpoints which they have. Because we're just looking at it in a surface front right now.
Yeah, it's so true.
Exactly. So for me, it was like if I'm having political talks, like I'm gonna have political talks about it. There was plenty which I've had in the house practically. But really and truly, politics sometimes bores me, so I don't like speaking about it. It's
very boring. It's triggering at times as well. So obviously, like people get heated at times, and people don't know how to like argue or how to converse. You know what I mean?
It's an art.
It is an art.
No, it actually
really
is an art.
You know?
Having a debate is an art. For you to go ahead and keep your composure whilst articulating your points and going ahead and conveying it to the masses is an art which people have not been able to do, because I feel as if due to the fact that society is trying to censor itself so much, people get very sensitive and very much triggered over certain things. And really and truly, fund the sensitivity, babes. Let's put it on the table.
I'm very sorry, Martin and Hanah. This is a double elimination. Please leave the Big Brother house.
I'm not leaving.
Are you being for real, bro?
I don't know who's leaving, but it's not me.
I'm not leaving this show at all. Are you joking?
I'm so sorry, but the viewership will go down without me, dears.
Guys,
same here. I can't.
Please cooperate, guys. Please leave the Big Brother.
Cooperate with nothing. Don't tell me to cooperate.
You best give me some money.
Exactly.
Please.
Sorry, please leave the Big Brother house.
Are you gonna give me money? Are you gonna give me rent?
Security?
Are you gonna give me money?
I'll bust up security. What do you mean security?
No,
security. I'll secure the bag.
Exactly.
For ITV.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Security.
Exactly.
Are you leaving, babe?
I'm not leaving. Are you leaving?
I'm not leaving.
Exactly. We're staying. Period. Exactly. And guys, we're on to our second segment. So we're going to do viral scenarios.
I'm going to read out a couple scenarios. The first one is, if you were a superhero, what would your powers be and what would your name be? Hanah, you first.
Superpowers can have more than one.
No, only one superpower.
One.
And what would your name be?
Ooh. I feel like my name would just be O.
Okay.
O.
Oh.
Okay, pivot. Okay.
No.
Like O.
Just O. Like you don't even know. It's like O's coming. And it's like, who's O? Like, where's O? Do you know what I'm saying? And then after that, I feel as if like if I had to choose like my superpowers, I'll be like transportation, like teleportation.
Oh, teleportation. That's a really, really good one.
Like where I'll
Okay,
just teleport.
yeah.
So that means like I could be in a vault of like a bank, steal money, and then after that now I'll teleport to another dimension. Do you know what I'm saying? Or another country. Nobody know where it's
gone.
Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be in the middle of Somalia, Mogadishu. The money. Do you know what I'm saying?
All that money in Somalia.
Yeah, babe.
Babe, what, they all look at you. Go, what's going on here?
Oh, babe, they all know the patterns. What are you talking about? Honestly, I'll be like Robin Hood. Literally, around them side.
You know.
Get myself some bit of protection too.
Exactly. Period, as you said.
All right, what about you, Martin?
I'll call myself Baby.
Baby.
Viral bags like Baby. My superpowers will probably be I'd like to fly. But people like to call me animal, Hanah. People like to call me an animal. These haters be calling me animals, babe. But I'm gonna be an animal and I'm gonna be a flying animal. How about that?
Why are they calling you animal?
Babe, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Like that tea. I don't know. Like that
That's
tea.
wild.
That's wild, isn't it? I'm
That's
called animal.
wild.
Because they don't have to handle me. They don't have to handle me. That's why. They don't have to handle me. That's why. You can't handle me. Where are you?
Not
Look
the
at you.
animal.
I'm an animal. Yeah. I'm an animal.
All right, the next one is, what would you do if your best friend came to you to tell you that they're in love with your ex and she's now pregnant by them?
Babe.
You're in love with my ex?
Yeah.
See, me and my ex has been on and off for 10 years. You got I'm coming from. So
That's
really and truly.
crazy.
Really and truly, someone's getting bust up.
And they're also pregnant as well.
And
They're
they're also
pregnant.
pregnant as well.
Bun you and bun that kid. And bun him too.
That's crazy.
Everyone could get bun.
That's why, because do you know what it is? I feel like
I'm calling police also.
well, you'll smack her out and call the police after.
I'll go anonymous. Literally. What do you mean that you're out here like, what?
That's why, because I think other people would think, oh, but Hanah, like that's your ex. Why so much vim? Why so much like energy? But
Every
it's disrespect,
single man
though.
which I've been with still belongs to me.
Even your exes.
I don't give a toss. Like if I've had you, you're collectible.
Okay, wow. But it is mad though, like it being your friend as well, going back to it. That's a bit weird.
I mean, your best friend. This is your best friend. What would
That's
you do?
because when you two were going out, where they're doing little secret stuff behind your back, that's the tea I would like to know. If it's, do you know what I mean? If they're so comfortable.
Oh no, I'm not here for it. No,
Okay, Hanah. So what if the friend asks you to be the godmother?
That's one cheeky little because she knows I don't ramp like that. She knows I don't play games like that. You know what? If I'm keeping it so real right now, okay. If my homegirl was to do such a thing, okay, I'm grabbing the scissors. When I say to you, snip, snip, snip.
The hair.
No, the hair, babe. So, oh no, the hair's the most least of her worries, basically.
What, the umbilical cord?
Oh, but forget the umbilical. Let me say something, okay? That kind, soft side that she's had to me, like that I've showed her, is getting erased completely. The devil's gonna come out. Literally. I'm telling you right now. You really thought that you could ramp with me like that? Oh no, babes. Evil mix of evil gonna make evil together, literally.
Double evil.
I'll become your stepmother.
The wicked stepmother.
Oh, babe.
More than wicked stepmother and Cinderella.
If your father has money, you're not gonna see inheritance.
You're
Not see inheritance.
I'm screaming.
Not one bit.
That's mix up bad, but
What do you mean? You started the war.
it's true though, and you'll finish it.
Exactly.
Period.
Gotta be done. What about you?
What? I'll probably cry. Oh my god, why did you say that to me? Oh my god,
Why?
baby, I'm a big softie, you know. But I don't know what I'll do. I think I'll end up having a couple of drinks and going on a mad one.
Oh, good.
What? It's composure.
like the animal I am.
Animal that I'm at. No.
Do me a favour.
Ow. Nah,
The shots I'm firing, Hanah.
What, Martin, he's saying you're an alky.
They say I'm an alky, a massive alky, a raging alky.
So the next one is, if you could live another person's life for a year, who would it be and why?
For a year.
Yeah, who would it be?
Okay, I need to ask you a question though. If I was to live someone else's life for a year, does that mean that person which I pick lives my life also for a year.
Ooh,
That'd be-
I didn't thought about
that
that,
would
but
be
yeah,
very
maybe,
interesting.
maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, let's answer it without that, and then let's answer it with that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So without that, yeah.
Okay, if I was to live like someone's life for a whole year, I'll do Oprah.
Oprah.
Very interesting. Why
Yeah. Because first of all, she's a hustler. She makes money. She does presenting, of course. She has all the networks and connections. If, for instance, now I live her life for a year, I could just put so many stuff underneath my actual name.
I'm screaming. You're just gonna
Yeah.
write a check to your name.
Yeah. Money, businesses. Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
screaming.
That's what she does. That's what they all do.
Literally, I'll put stuff underneath like
Yeah,
my
100%.
actual
You're a
name.
real hustler. I know Hannah's a hustler.
Hannah's a
Even
hustler.
before when she said about the bank.
Literally,
She's coming for the bag.
I'll make sure that it's set for a certain time. So when I actually go back to my actual body,
Yeah.
and then after, because if she lives my life, I already know I'm set.
Yeah. Basically, when you get back to like your full self.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What would I live my life as?
Gemma Collins.
Don't kill me.
I would like, yeah, actually, Gemma Collins. I love that. Is my
Really?
girl. That's
Oh
my
my
girl.
Oh wait, Maya Gemma. It would be Maya or Gemma.
I mean, Maya or Gemma, because
Yeah.
I love them women so much, and I feel like their lives are just so like amazing. Well, from what they show us, but from what I've seen, they like it's just giving like they're just living a life.
Yeah, living la vida
And they're
loca.
around, living loca, and they're around amazing people. So like, I
Yeah.
would definitely like want to live their lives. Oh my God, how much I love Maya and Gemma
Really?
Collins. I love them women, you know.
Where did that obsession start, babe?
Babe.
I know Gemma makes sense
Yeah,
where I'm coming
but
from.
Maya, I think it's where she's come from, how she started on Capital FM to where she is
Yeah.
now. It's amazing what she's
No,
done.
she's done her big
she's
one.
really
I'll
done her
know
big
about
one.
it.
Literally,
Yeah.
she's done really good. So yeah, it would be one of them two women. Men, I don't know. I don't know who I'd want to live. What men I want to live? Maybe Barack Obama, maybe not. But moving
I
on.
actually want to know how it feels like to get down and dirty, just go and come from. But I wouldn't pick a man to actually live my life.
No.
Yeah.
I don't.
I got a question. Would you
Yeah.
switch bodies with Marchie?
God forbid.
Why?
God forbid.
Not God for me. That's your brother.
Yeah, I ain't switching bodies with none of them people.
It's Marchie though.
Yeah, I know. I love him dearly.
Yeah.
But does that mean I'm swapping bodies?
No.
with him? No.
I'm Marchie. Don't worry, I'll swap bodies with you, mate. I'll swap
I
bodies
love
with
you
you.
so much, but I'm not swapping bodies with you.
I'll swap
No.
bodies with you, mate. Don't worry, I'll swap bodies with you.
Like, he's such a party boy,
He
like
is.
when he was younger. So I'm thinking, what health
Yeah.
complications
Oh,
would
yeah.
I be dealing with in the future?
I'm screaming.
You know what I'm saying? Literally having all these gallons like call up my phone. So I'll be like, what's
He
going
gets
on?
bare gal. He gets bare gal. I know he gets.
So scary.
He gets gal. Yeah, that. Come on. Guys, thank you so much for watching the Viral Babes show. Hannah, thanks so much for coming to the Viral
Thank
Babes
you,
show.
babe.
It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Hannah, all I want to really wish you is the best. Keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Blessings upon blessings. Keep doing you and do your big
Yeah, I
work.
appreciate it, my love.
Yeah,
Honestly, you
so,
too.
guys, make sure you like, comment, and share, guys. Literally, let's make this go viral. Let's make the Viral Babes go viral. And let's
Exactly.
come on, rule the world.
Rule the world, you know, Beyonce. Shout out.
Who runs the world? Viral Babes. Who runs the world? Viral Babes.